Hey everyone, Glenn Sanford here, founder and CEO of eXp Realty, and also the host of the Expansion Podcast, where we talk about personal and professional development here at eXp Realty. Today, I'm really excited to talk to Melissa Hudson. She's a four-time Icon agent out of Austin, Texas, and welcome, Melissa.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so Melissa Hudson, you're 10 years in real estate, Austin, Texas, a big, obviously residential real estate city. Icon. You came from the brand that started there. I
I
think
did.
I believe. And we had just a quick conversation, but real estate wasn't your first choice in industries that you were going to get into. How did you get into real estate?
So I like to call it the best accident ever. Um, and it's been life-changing for me. And, growing up, I come from a working class family, no business owners, no one had a college degree, still no one has a college degree in my family. So, you know, if you want to say rags to riches, I'm on my way to the riches through EXP and through real estate. But I, it took me a long time, Glenn, to accept and admit that I am a true success story in my family and my community, and I owe it all to real estate, and I owe a lot of it to EXP, quite frankly. Um, but my start wasn't what I was going to do. I had other visions, but I was a single mom at a very young age, and I actually, true story, I spent 15 years in state government. I was hired on as a temp in 96. And in 1997, I found myself to be um, a single mom with two kids, no college degree, no career choice. So I just dove into what I could do, right, when you didn't have an education, a college education. And I did that for 15 years. And it's a long time to kind of come to a realization that you're never going to make the amount of money that you want in the time you want, right?
Right.
And that's where my happy accident came in. That's where real estate came in. And social media was coming up, and I was following a young lady that was doing investing. And I thought, oh, look at all this money these people are making in investing. So I started to do these seminars, and I quickly realized that, oh, you have to have money to invest. And if you have no money, you better get creative. And at one of the seminars, I had a young lady tell me, you'd be a really good realtor. And I thought, me, real estate? What is that? And she's like, you know your community, you volunteer, people know who you are. Just do what you're doing already, but incorporate real estate. And so that's how I landed here.
Oh, awesome. And so you've been now in the business about 10 years.
Yes.
And I think four-time icon at EXP. So that would mean that you've been at EXP for about 4 years or maybe a little longer.
No, no. So longer than that. And so I joined EXP in 2015. I think I'm agent 608.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
my sponsor is Gene Frederick. And, my previous broker that I was with, I was on a real estate team and as a buyer's agent. And Glenn, if you talk about the hustle when the Austin metro market started exploding, that was me. I was closing crazy amount of deals, but my splits on that as a buyer's agent on that team were just ridiculous. I was taking home maybe 40% of a commission, only because I wanted to own my own numbers. And I didn't want that rainmaker to hold my sale numbers. So I was closing like 8 to 10 deals a month and getting like a 40% commission taking home. So I was introduced to EXP through a title rep, and she said, Melissa, you work so hard. And I'm like, well, this is in my DNA. I come from a blue collar working class family. I don't know any other way to do this. And she says, you're working too hard. Talk to Gene. Glenn, within 10 minutes, he had just a white sheet of paper and he put a line down the middle and he says, what are you taking home with this broker? And he did the numbers. Okay. He goes, don't do anything different. And this is what you take home with this broker. And I was like, my eyes were as big as these frames here.
Right.
And the rest is history. The rest is history. So
So
2015.
2015. Okay, yeah. So that was early on. I think we'd just opened up in Texas, maybe mid late 2014. I think
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And we were, I think, Elizabeth Riley and a few others kind of were earlier on, and
Yes.
we had actually attempted to grow in Texas once before, but that was a big turning point. And yeah, so thanks for coming over, and congratulations on your now 4-time Icon award. Yeah, so the question was, what was it about the EXP model that got you interested in EXP?
Yeah. So even though it was a numbers comparison that was kind of like a revolutionary thing for me, more importantly, I really truly felt that the day that I made the switch and the reason why I did was that I was not just a realtor, I was a business owner. And I've never felt that in my life. And I didn't know what that was like until I saw the model through EXP. And I said, oh, wait a minute. I could be a business owner, and that never translated to me in real estate. It just didn't, because remember, I had no model to to mimic or to see in my family. No business owners, no one was seeing success like that. And without even knowing it, it changed the life of my whole entire family, because now I'm able to teach what that looks like. But that's what brought me over to EXP. But initially it was a numbers comparison, but the attraction, once I understood how this worked, I really feel that EXP offers something very unique. And if you don't know what it's like to be a business owner, this is a great brokerage to do and experience that.
Well, awesome. So now you're do you have a team, or what's your structure? Or are you an individual icon as an individual agent? How is your business set up?
So all my icons have been as an individual agent, and getting out of my comfort zone and realizing that, hey, Melissa, you're really busy. You probably should get some help. So in December, I decided, okay, I hired a virtual assistant, and so I got over that hump. And then I thought, well, this natural progression is going to be to create a team. And I mean, right, and I'm just starting the team structure. So it's 3 of us: transaction coordinator, virtual assistant. So to me, we're small but mighty. And the way that we're structuring it is that we will be able to expand throughout the state of Texas. So this team structure is new to me, but the camaraderie and working together and learning from each other, that's not new to me. So I'm excited that I'm starting the team, and feel like we can go a long way. So I am really excited about that.
Awesome. Now starting a team. Uh, what's your lead gen strategy look like? Like, how are you set up? Are you doing uh, referrals, repeat referrals? Do you have some external lead sources? How are you? Are you a rainmaker, or is it set up in a different way?
So it's kind of like a non-traditional. So there's a large percent of my business that is referral based. However, when I came over to EXP, I was already pretty familiar with KV Core, and back then it was called Conversion.
Hmm.
They transitioned into KV Core. So understanding how that CRM worked was a benefit to me coming over to EXP. So as far as our lead gen source, one of the things that I did at the transition to EXP and my move to a little town called Maynard, Texas, right outside of Austin, was kind of around the same time. And so at the time, I thought, how do I make a name for myself in this town right outside the city of Austin, eastern portion of the city? And so I did a lot of, I don't know, I would just say unique things in regard to gaining the leads. But what I did was I funneled everything to KV Core. So I have thousands and thousands of leads. They're all on KV Core, using non-traditional ways to get them in. But I mean, I did anything from Glenn. I would order these, the sign writers that you have on the top of your real estate signs. I created a website called liveinmanor.com because Manor, Texas is a town. And I posted them outside of every subdivision in the city. And so it forced people to go to this website, and then I would funnel them to KV Core. So it was like getting my name out there. And then I did farming the tech way, right? Farming leads through KV Core. So I'm able to provide this type of, new and old way to generate the leads, but really utilizing KV Core to nurture them and to convert them.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, were you at shareholders last week? Did you make it there?
I was.
Oh,
I had
awesome.
a great time.
Oh, great. Um, so did you get a chance to the opening session? I talked a little bit about my link, my lead. Did you check that out?
Yes, we are excited about that. We are very excited about that.
Yeah, I could. I think about anybody who does sort of lead gen in general. If in your newsletters and your whatever, go and get your my link, my lead affiliate code and just say, hey, if you're looking in areas outside of the Austin, Texas market, be sure to use and then put that link in there because what will end up happening is that those will generate leads. Some of the ones in Austin will come direct to you, so you'll get those. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. It goes straight to you. But all the rest of the leads will actually go into a referral based engine through Revenos, and they'll actually get ISA. We'll find an agent that is good at converting those leads into closed transactions, and you'll get passive income just by sort of adding that to your existing marketing stream with no expense attached to it from your perspective. So we're really excited about it because we've got a patent. We're patent pending now, so we're the only company in the world of real estate that will be able to do that. And you'll be able to eventually refer deals literally around the world just by sort of saying, "Hey, if you're not searching in our area, use this," and it'll automatically create passive income for you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's ironic. The week we went to Florida, which just last week, I lost the lead to North Carolina, and it just was like my lead. When that was rolled out, I thought this is a perfect example of an opportunity that was missed. But now that we have the tool, I'll never miss that opportunity again. Um, they just happen to change their mind and want to go to North Carolina. And when you guys talked about this new product, I was like, this is exactly what this is for.
Yeah, well, especially if you're KV core oriented, you're generating leads there, you're driving traffic, and for all intents and purposes, this gives you another version of KV core without actually having to have another website. It's really the company
Right.
website with your agent ID attached to it, and it will literally market you anywhere that they're looking. I think in the U.S. now, maybe U.S. and Canada, and
Hmm.
will continue to market you even if they're searching outside of the local market area. So we're
Right.
we're pretty excited about it. Um, so now, what's your plans? What's your goals for the balance of 2023? Obviously the market shifted just a tiny bit this last 12 months or so. But what's been what are you focused on right now?
So I am a certified mentor, but more importantly, my biggest goal is to help as many people as possible into homes or changing their lives through the financial benefits of selling their home. I've always made that a mission for me, especially in my community and the Latino community and the LGBTQ community. I just feel like if they don't understand the benefits of what real estate can do for their lives, that is my mission, right? To help them understand that and to help them navigate that. But overall, I do want to have expansion not only in my rev share business, but in the team business. So, thinking about Texas and, me growing up in the Austin area, I just want to help as many people as I can. And as I'm bringing agents in and recruiting, it's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily looking for people who have, a lot of sales. I want to look for people who have talent and who kind of have the same vision in mind of helping people and wanting to expand statewide.
Awesome, awesome. So no, we're getting well, we got a couple more minutes yet here, but obviously you've been with EXP now since 2015, four-time icon, and so you've seen a lot, you learned a lot. What would be a piece of advice that you would give to maybe a newer to EXP agent? What would that be?
Honestly, I thought about this question yesterday and this morning, and there is not a perfect answer, but this: if you're coming over to EXP and you're a new agent, or if you have been in real estate for a while but you're new to EXP, dive into the tools, learn KV Core, because it's the fastest way to a closed lead that with the least amount of money. Yes, there are add-ons, but to dive into the tools. I do feel that if you're not utilizing the tools, that you may miss something and you may miss an opportunity to have income. Truly, that's the bottom line, is to dive in to the tools that EXP offers, because there are a lot of them. The amount of courses that are provided through EXP University, obviously KV Core, new products that you guys are rolling out, dive into the tools, find what works for you, right? Because not everything may work for you, but find what works for you and never lose the sense of community. It still amazes me to this day, Glenn, that the agents within EXP are willing to help each other and teach each other. And I could reach out to an agent right now in California and ask, how did that work for you? And every agent is willing to share. So really dive in and plug in.
Awesome. Well, that's one follow up, and you may have mentioned it a little bit earlier, but if there was one strategy inside of KV Core that you found a better ROI or better conversation with the client or what have you, just is there one thing using KV Core that you think is maybe not well understood, or maybe just your favorite individual strategy using KV Core?
Yeah. So one of my favorite things to do, I'll give a couple here. So one of my favorite things to do in KV Core, and one of the things that brought me the most leads, at least in my market in Texas, was to do a squeeze page and my summertime post is my favorite post, right? So you say homes with pools in, for example, in the Austin market under 500,000. And, those get the clicks and the conversion quicker than anything else. So what if you're in a market where there's mountains, best mountain homes, or best, you get the point, right? And that strategy gets a lot of clicks and gets a higher conversion. That's one of them. And that's one of them that's worked tried and true throughout the years. Or maybe it's like, best homes with the den, or just something that is an eye-catching and clickbait, if you want to call it clickbait. The second thing is to utilize the calendar to communicate. You can go a full year. KV Core now allows you to set up a full year of communication with your sphere of influence. So maybe if it takes you a week, it takes you a week. Make sure that all your SOI is in KV Core. Create all maybe you just do your holidays, right? So set up all your holiday communication. Hey, it's Valentine's Day, or happy, Luck of the Irish, St. Patty's Day. You can actually set them all up, and you can set it and you can forget it. But that means you're communicating with your sphere of influence for the entire year, and it's off your hands once it's plugged in. Those are the two things that I feel, even if you're not busy as an agent, put all your people in there and communicate them and use those tools. And you'll be amazed about with the feedback that you'll get and the conversations that'll start over that.
Awesome. Well, Melissa, this has been a great conversation. Thanks for spending time here. Obviously, success leaves clues. Now, you've got a cool Instagram handle. We talked about it a little bit earlier. TX Real Estate Gal. So you've had that for a while, I understand, but it's a cool handle. So you're not the Austin real estate gal. You're the whole state of Texas.
Yes, I got you covered in Texas.
There you go. Well, awesome. Well, thanks everyone for listening in. Thanks again, Melissa, for the great conversation, and excited for everyone to hear this and hopefully get some good takeaways. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, and thank you, Glenn.